to episode 34 of Sailor Moon Crystal. So the sailors have turned on each other, and now they got to figure out how to get them to stop. So definitely looking forward to see how they're gonna make that happen because Usagi's gonna have to pull some jutsu with the Grell. It looks like she got the Grell, so we'll see how that works. Now, does it solve the at least? Okay, so here's the thing. At least they're somewhat acknowledged. I mean, they're kill each other. I was gonna say at least they're acknowledging each other as teammates in this one, but now they're just trying to kill each other. Which I don't know if it's a step up from the original or a step down. So, anyway, well, let's go ahead and get into this episode here and see how this goes for the sailors. They're even attacking Chibi Usa. Okay, so there's one thing I've always wondered. So, if the outer planetoid or planet sailors are just like the regular sailors, and if Sailor Moon is Queen Serenity, can't she take their powers away from them if she deems them as not worthy for them? I know she's too sweet and kind to do it, but in a situation like this, I think they'd be like, "Stop! We need you to stop this. I'm taking those powers back for right now at least, and they'll give them back to you once you're back to normal." I mean, can't she do something like that? I don't know. I guess she probably just doesn't know how if she does. They're still missing a sailor. Where's her powers? I guess we'll have that answered soon, I guess. Because we're about to get the evil, possessed Sailor Saturn. I love the attempt at making her sound older. And not as childish, but she just sounds like Boa Hancock. I'm sorry, I can't. I can get it. It's the same voice actor. I've discussed this many times, but it just like there's no difference. At least voice act. Just don't talk. That's where that turned normal speaking voice at this point. Well, that was a switch in personality, real quick. Oh my goodness, worry about money at the time like this. Oh, there's a lot more lore being told about these weapons in the original. That's nice. Because now they're not trying to kill the sailors the entire time or ignore them because they're just useless. Oh wow, so they're really making Sailor Saturn make sense why she's not there around the whole time, or she wasn't awakened. Wow, so they're really making Saturn feel like the big villain here. In the original, they were just like, yeah, she could do this stuff, and then she kind of did it, but she turned into a baby, and then they went from there. So you're basically saying death or death, I guess, is what the options are right now. But again, Sailor Moon doesn't believe in life or death options. Oh, she references the fact that the future actually. Oh, no more plot holes, because in the original they were like, yeah, we went to the future. We're not going to talk about this ever again until Chibiusa, until Sailor Moon almost dies, and Chibiusa is almost, or no, it's Momo almost. You know, you get the idea. And then they're like, oh yeah, that was a thing. We got to kind of make Chibiusa disappear now. Now they're referencing it. Oh shit, she's actually gonna get a hold of the... Yep, they got a hold of the silver medallion, or the silver crystal. Alrighty, well that's the end of the episode there. Well, Evie Haruto, however you say her name, has been awakened, and it's such an interesting concept that they actually make everything lead into each other. They reference the future. They do all this stuff. So there's some plot holes, but there's not as much as there was in the original. Like there was so many times when I'm like, wait a minute, that happened, and then they're like, end of the world, and it's like, but we already know the end of the world's not going to happen. Everyone basically was like, there is a future. And I'm like, yes, thanks. Chibiusa's standing right there with you guys, because if you didn't have the future, you know, if everything did get destroyed, Chibiusa would have been destroyed, right? Or would have at least vanished by that point. So there still is a future. So I'm glad they referenced that, and they're actually putting that together. Also, the explanation of the weapons and the way Sailor Saturn is. Sailor Saturn feels like more of a villain instead of just this random being that could destroy everything. Nice explanation. So, anyway, well, that's going to be the end of this video here. If you're liking the video and you want to continue watching and you've yet to do so, hit the subscribe button. If you have already, I appreciate you, and I'll...